Do you know what really sucks? Is sitting down to edit your project and realizing that you have gaps in your coverage or shots missing. You need to have a really good, specific, and detailed shot list. Head over to filmmakersecrets.com/shot list, SHOTLIST, to get a killer shot list template along with some training where I show you step by step exactly how to use it. We need more empathy and kindness in this world, and this is my way of being candorous and putting forward this motivational, inspirational idea of creation. Filmmakers have the power to evoke emotion, inspire thought, and drive universal change in this world. Right now, a real seismic shift is happening in the film industry. This is your best chance to join a new filmmaking movement. You have been called to create an everlasting impact with your unmatched, deep desire to tell authentic stories. So how does a filmmaker thrive in an environment that is almost intentionally designed to bring you down? That is the question, and this podcast reveals the answer. What's happening, filmmakers? It's George VK. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets podcast, episode number 62. You are only as good as your last film. You know, it's funny, as I was growing up back in my hometown of Almaty in the country Kazakhstan, if you only know it from Borat, shame on you. It's the largest landlocked country in the world. It's beautiful, and it's a hidden gem, and I'd like to keep it that way. However, I just told all of you about how beautiful it is, so oh well. I was walking around back in the day, and I saw this tiny little kiosk in our neighborhood, and it had this wall of VHS tapes. And I found out that basically what you do is you can come in and trade your VHS tape for one of theirs. So you grab a VHS tape from your house and you give it to them, and then they give you a VHS tape back. And it was such a fun experience for me, because watching movies as a kid, especially when they're overdubbed with, Russian actors, oftentimes it was just one voiceover actor that was doing the voices for all the characters, male and female. And it was just such a cool experience, because I remember taking a cassette tape, one of the VHSs that we had in our house. I don't even think I asked my mom. I just knew that I wanted to trade for something different so I could watch another movie. So I grabbed one from the house and I brought it over to the kiosk, and I handed it to the lady, and she kind of looks at it stern, and what she's doing is she's checking the date, the year that the movie was produced. And, on the back of the VHS cover, it would have all the information with the credits, some thumbnails, screenshots from the film, and the date that the movie was produced. And what she would do is basically find an equivalent of that movie, meaning that she was judging the quality of the movie by the date that it was produced. So say it was 1995. And so she would look at the VHS tapes in her inventory and give you one that was equivalent of that date. Sometimes she would give you a choice, like you can get this one or this one. And I would be like, I don't know, that one. I've never even heard of that movie before, but I'll try it out. And now thinking back on that experience of trading VHS tapes for an equivalent of the date produced, now I'm thinking, well, does that mean that the quality of your film is equivalent to another one that was made in the same year? I don't know if that's true, because there are plenty of classic movies that were produced back in the 90s, 80s that beat out current movies by a long shot, right? There are some amazing films out there that are way older, and the same is true for the inverse, right? There are some terrible films from back in the day that don't even compare to the ones that you would watch today. So I think it's a two-way street, right? But does that really mean that your last film is really the thing that defines you? So the parallel here is, as you make your first film, it's maybe good, maybe bad, probably sucks, right? But then as you keep making more and more films, you are typically, as a director, as a writer, cinematographer, whatever, you are defined by your last film. So you're only as good as the last film that you worked on, which means that we have to continuously get better and better and better, which also means that we have to be intentional with the types of stories we choose to tell, because we are only as good as our last film. Is this making sense? I think maybe it's a little bit difficult to find the parallel between the story that I told of my childhood with trading VHS tapes for the same year that the movies were produced versus defining yourself as an artist, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, being parallel to only being as good as the last film that you produced. So all of that to say, go out there and make a film. You've probably heard me talk about this before. You're a filmmaker, make a film. That is the best advice that I can give to filmmakers. And I wish I knew and remembered who said this initially, but you are a filmmaker, make a film. Don't wait to be greenlit. Don't wait for the funding to come through. Don't wait to find that investor. Don't wait until you buy that cinema camera. Don't wait until you have the big, large crew. Don't wait until you secure that dream actor you've been waiting to work with. Don't wait. Just go out there and create, make, do. What other verbs can I say? Film. Make the thing. You're a filmmaker, make a film. You're only as good as the last film that you worked on, meaning that you have to continuously get better and better at the craft. And the only way you're going to do that is by practicing, by putting in the work, the hours, the thinking, the doing. Are you stuck on that script that you're still writing from 2019? Maybe you're still editing your film that you shot, a few years ago. Perhaps you're still trying to secure the gear or the crew or the cast to do pickups and reshoots that you need in order to complete your project. Whatever it is, whatever point that you're stuck in, that you're struggling, just know that you're only as good as the last film that you made. So don't worry about sucking right now if you're just starting out. That's okay. No master ever started out as a master. Every expert started as a novice, as a noob, as someone that sucks. The work that you put out there is going to suck at first. And in fact, it's going to suck so bad, you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to stop. You're going to want to crawl into a little ball and hide from the world and completely let go of the notion that there's judgment coming from others, that other people are looking at you and laughing at you. Cut out the noise, right? Just forget all that. Throw it out the window. No expert started out as an expert. They sucked and they sucked until they sucked a little less. And with every film, you're going to suck a little less and less until you are so good that you don't suck anymore. You're actually crossing over that threshold and you're getting better and better and better until you reach that level of mastery, that level of expert status. Okay. So there's a bit of motivation for you. Hopefully you feel inspired from my active and strongly worded encouragement. Hopefully you go out there and make the thing. Make that movie, shoot that film, tell that story. It's important. There are people out there waiting for you to tell the story that they can connect to. There's an audience out there somewhere that is just begging for you to tell your story, to shoot your film, to write that script, to finally finish that edit so that you can release it to the world and make a real impact. Remember, filmmakers have the power to evoke emotion, inspire thought, and drive universal change in this world. And it is up to you to take full control of that power and harness it for good. Because we need more empathy and kindness in this world. And this is my way of being candorous. and putting forward this motivational, inspirational idea of creation, because we all need to push each other. We all need to support and encourage each other. So hopefully I have done just that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my session of motivation. And if you like this, you are going to love my free Filmmaker Secrets Masterclass. It's over at filmmakersecrets.com/free. There's going to be a link down below in the description. And this is where I'm going to share with you my top 3 secrets for how to write, shoot, and edit winning films without having to buy expensive gear or hiring a large crew. So head over to filmmakersecrets.com/free. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you a thing, but you're going to take away so much out of it. I want you to pretend that you paid $1,000 to attend. So go ahead and save your spot. The link is down below. Thanks so much for watching again. It's George VK, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you like that, then you are going to love my Cine Racing Challenge. This is a 7-day filmmaking competition where your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to write, shoot, and edit a short 60-second film in just 7 days for your one chance to win with over $10,000 in prizes. So head over to cineracing.com. That's cineracing.com to get registered. Spots are filling up fast and the timer is ticking before the next Cine Racing Challenge launches. So be sure to head over to cineracing.com right now to get registered. I'll see you over there.